What do you say? Oh.
You have to hold it.
He's disappointed.
Amazing.
He wants to be the center of attention at all times. My name is Blake HOUSENGA, and I've been filming for almost 20 years. I'm originally from Colfax, Wisconsin, but I grew up most of my life in Madison, which is the capital city. Pretty awesome skate scene. My first camera was a little mini DV camera, like this big, little handy cam, and with a wide angle lens screwed on backwards to give it a nice fisheye. And that's what I followed my friends around with. It's pretty fun. In Wisconsin, everything is really rough, really huge cracks, lots of obstacles you don't see in California. Lots of holes and gravel-like ground. It wasn't that good for skating. And where I grew up, it was like nothing to skate. So we had like a hog barn that had fallen down, and my dad was like, hey, we'll build you a little park so you could skate. If you clean it off, build it yourselves. So we did that. It's awesome. I actually got a picture of it up here. So growing up in a small town, if you wanted spots, you had to drive to Minneapolis or like 3-4 hours away to get good spots where you could skate from spot to spot. Like every once in a while you'll have a spot you could drive 30 minutes to or 40 minutes to, but for the most part it was like one spot a day. And it made filming skating in Wisconsin really hard, but still fun, because when you came up on a spot, you were stoked. And coming to California from Wisconsin, it's insane. There's a spot around every corner, and the ground's smooth, and it's beautiful every day. Like, there's not 3 feet of snow and flatness. So it was a culture shock. I miss some of the spots from Wisconsin. Every time I see like Corey Glick just put a kickflip out, and it was like at a spot I've like dreamed of seeing people skate for years, and like that always makes me stoked. Like I miss getting gnarly stuff at spots that nobody else has seen. And that happens a lot in Wisconsin. This will be 11 years I've lived in California. I originally moved out here in 2009. Yeah. I was gonna move to Burbank because that's where the guy that I was working with lived. And instead I came to Long Beach and couch surfed at my buddy Lucas Barraza's house. And there I just fell in love with Long Beach. Like all the bars and all the skate parks and like everybody around, it was awesome. And like I've since burned out the spots in Long Beach, so we gotta travel to film, but I love it here. Good bars, like Good Bar and Black Bar, and we have a good time here. It's home now. When I was like a freshman in high school, I had a chemistry teacher that did black and white photography as a whole like semester, and it really got me sparked, like taking pictures of my friends skating. And then I was like, oh, I like videos. And then I got my first camera and just instantly was filming all of my friends and everybody that I could. Oh yeah, I've put out a whole stack of videos. I think I got 11 full-length. I've put out 11 full-length skate videos with numerous homies from Wisconsin, and then coming out here and continuing to film anybody and everybody. I love it. It's all I want to do.
That's so awesome.
The second I got a camera, I knew it was what I wanted to do. And even though I work Monday through Friday, still just make time on the weekends and after work to go skate and film everybody that wants to get filmed and put together videos. my first video I filmed in about like a year. It was like 2003 to 2004. And that one was called Sketchy is My Middle Name. This was like the first video that I ever put out, and me and my buddy Abe came up with the name Small Change. And that was our production company name from day one. So I just have always continued to go by the name Small Change. It's like how I sign my artwork. It's how I name my videos. It's, I use Small Change for pretty much everything I do. Small Change originated from a Tom Waits album, which is one of my favorite albums when I was starting to produce videos. And the name really stuck with me. So it was like, there's so many different meanings behind Small Change, but it's like, for skateboarding, it's like, we're not in it for all this money. We do it because we love it, because it's skating, and it's like the best thing I've ever found in my life. And filming with the homies just like gets you amped. And then when you make videos and have premieres and like get all the homies together, it's like nothing compares. And that's why we do it. The first video I ever made was Sketchy is My Middle Name, and all the homies in it were people I had like looked up to and seen skating around, that were all sponsored by the skate shop that I went to when I was a kid, called Freedom Skate Shop. And after I put the video out and had a premiere and a great time, the dudes who ran Freedom Skate Shop approached me and they were like, yo, do a video for us. So a year later, in 2005, I put out Concrete Mutiny, which is the first Black 2 Skateboards Freedom Shop video, and it was pretty awesome to work on. It's like, did some artwork for it, always do all the designing and everything for all the cases, and that was sick. And then the following year, me and some buddies went on a cross-country trip all the way to Portland, stopping at every like tranny park that we could find just to skate transition and shred. And I made a little tour video and it called Get Broke Off. It was like the first like travel video I'd ever made, and it was awesome. Right before I moved to California in 2009, I put out a video called Power to the Self-Propelled, which was also for Freedom Skate Shop and myself. Sketchy is My Middle Name was just came up with me and my buddy Abe just sitting in his basement listening to albums and like, what are we gonna call it? And it just worked. And then I did all the artwork for it. It was pretty fun. My first skate ticket I ever got on the back. It's pretty awesome. And then like Concrete Mutiny was like me and the guy who ran the skate shop. He like gave me a job, so I was working at the skate shop, and we would just sit and like doodle and like try to think of graphics. And like these graphics here were all made for Black 2 Skateboards, which was like the first skate company I worked for. And yeah, so it was a lot of back and forth with the homies while working to make all the names and everything. And then, so Power to the Self-Propelled, we were all out skating one night, and this guy on a bike just cruised by and was like, Power to the Self-Propelled, man. And it stuck. It was like, that's the name of the video, like right there, instantly. It was like, it's nice when things just work out like that. So then I moved to California and I started hanging out with my good friend Tom Rohr from Minneapolis. And we had been filming for a long time before we were ever thinking about California. And second I got out here, I had to link up with him. And he lived out in La Crescenta in this awesome house with all the homies. And that's where I met Cookie and Jordan and just so many other awesome people. And I just kept filming with them, trying to help with the silent video and whatever they were working on, and then whatever they didn't use. I made a video called Porta Party, which is super fun. And me and Tom Rohr, I can't take the credit for Porta Party. Tom Rohr, a genius, he thought that that would be a perfect name for a skate video. And the name is fitting because, you know what, it's a party on a stick. So while filming on all these different projects, I met so many homies and this huge crew of homies that all they did was smoke spliffs and skate every spot and just shred. And they brought me on to put out a video, and it was called Spliff Mode. While filming for Spliff Mode, it was like a party on every session, like 20 dudes smoking spliffs and getting the gnarliest clips you could think at the spots. And it was like the best time ever. And me and this dude Marvin filmed and edited the whole video, and just fucking, it was one of the best times of our lives, just smoking spliffs and skating the sickest spots. And there were so many people in the video, like Ronnie Dortch, Donnie Dortch, Tislam Smith, Jordan, Tom Rohr, Angel Sacedo, Cookie, Mark Valero, Cyril Jackson, Tony Carr, JP Souza, and Adam Simoni. All those dudes kill it, and they're all the best dudes. So, like, Spliff Mode was a hell of a good time to work on, and it was a one-of-a-kind video. You can go watch the video on YouTube. It's a good time. While we were stacking all the clips for the real video, we would get a bunch of iPhone clips. And then this place called Cha Cha Lounge was doing a film festival, and they had an iPhone category. And I entered 3 parts of this video into the film festival and got first, second, and third place. It was a damn good time. And Shred Ready was a video that was completely filmed with an iPhone just for fun while filming for other projects. So, yeah, it was pretty sick that it won first, second, and third place for the Film Fest. Boom. While filming the iPhone video, the real project was my first self-titled project, the Small Change video, with basically everyone that was in the Spliff Mode video with new faces. So even more parts. The Small Change video had 13 full parts, and each part went up onto every website. I had some on Thrasher, Transworld, Low Card, and The Barracks. And so people got to see this video. And you could go on YouTube and it's there too. Yeah, to see one project that I worked on get put onto like every platform was like, that's what I want. That's why I do this stuff. It's like, people got to see it and people must have liked it because it got everywhere. And people saw it, and I had a good feedback, and it really made me stoked. One of the biggest projects I was working on was a project called Tactical Manual, and it was supposed to be a video magazine that was supposed to lead into this new 411. Tactical Manual was a fun project to work on, but ended up falling apart and just got put online in separated parts, and the final product never was seen. But I worked with a lot of great people, and it introduced me and helped me make all the other videos that I make for fun. So many times in skateboarding, you work on a project for a year and then the dude wants to pull the footage because your video isn't important enough for that footage. People want to downplay how much work it is to actually film and edit a full video. Last year, I went to Madrid and Barcelona with my good friend Sean and some other Texans, and filmed like a full-length video of everything that we filmed there, and then just made us 10 copies so that we could have it for our memories. While working on all these other projects, my good friends over at the Warble, Tom Mull and all those dudes are the best, and I help them film a lot of epic tricks in these videos, and they're so good. And if you don't know about the Warble, you need to. They're good dudes. So growing up in Madison, Wisconsin, some of the main dudes that I looked up to were Tyrone Olsen, Dave Mayhew, Aaron Snyder, a couple other dudes. And the second Tyrone Olsen saw that I had a camera, he was hitting me up every day, and I basically learned how to film because of Tyrone. He would scream at me to film it right and do it right, and man, that helped me so much. To have this dude that I like, Osiris the Storm, it was like, that era was so important in my skateboard years. That's like right when I started, like 97. So I remember like my first video I bought with my allowance was the Black Cat video. And that was like the first video I was like really stoked on, like, oh, gotta make videos like this. So while editing, like with so many full-length videos, your music selection gets slimmer and slimmer. So instead of just searching music constantly, I've been starting to like paint and do stuff creative, listening to music to try to find stuff to skate to. And so I've been doing a lot of painting and just rocking out in the garage, and really helps me stay focused on skateboarding and making videos and staying creative. Right now I'm working on a bunch of different projects, mainly trying to film anything and everything I can for iDabble. Got a montage coming out for you. I've been filming with all the Warble guys, trying to work on a new project, and working with Sean Salt and Ryan Alvaro and Nate Greenwood and a bunch of other epic dudes, trying to film anything I can. You can find me on Instagram at smallchangeca, and you can find me on YouTube at smallchange.